Hello, love. Welcome to your soul support Sunday message. These are messages for the highest and the greatest good of the Elsh Collective, empaths, light workers, starseeds, and healers. Awakened and awakening souls, know that if you have found this video or it has found you, that there is something for you in this video, a confirmation, something to support you in this journey here on Mama Gaia, okay? And that is always the intention of these messages going forward. Okay, this one's going to be pretty short and sweet. Short and sweet. I was, you know what, and I was going to pull this out before I'm going to get that image. Hold on one second. Here we go. Short and sweet. I need to get this thing. I was going to pull out, I've shown this before. This came up. We're going to be talking a little bit about Virgo today again, because this particular image of Virgo from Llewellyn's 2021 astrological calendar came to me in the meditation. The illustrations in this are by Jason Juta. I showed this image in the Virgo video, the Alchemy of Virgo video. And Spirit guiding me to show this to you again, okay? And particularly what I was zoomed in on was the wheat and the sheaves of wheat. I'm just going to read off of my notes here, okay? For Spirit guiding us to really focus on the energies of Virgo, and you can even revisit that Virgo video, because so much of this has to do with the alchemy of Virgo, right? Breaking it down, that's what I heard, the sheath of wheat. Like I was shown how we make flour for bread, and bread being the sustenance of life, bread being something that sustained people for millennia, okay? Breaking it down, making it practical, reviewing yourself. I can't read my notes again. This is what happens from a situation and seeing it from the third perspective. Okay, so much of this has to do with the fact that we are in a lot of retrograde energy right now, and Mercury is in retrograde in Virgo. So there's an energy here about taking the third perspective in a situation, and I was specifically directed to healing here, because Virgo is connected to healing, and there are some traditions in astrology that also associate Virgo with the asteroid Chiron. Now, if you look up the myth of Chiron, one of the terms that gets thrown around with Chiron is the wounded healer. I'm not going to get into that because it's going to take too long, what Spirit is saying to me. This is something that we could revisit going forward, but it's this idea that your own wounds are the source of your own strength. That's what Spirit is directing me towards, and that there's something in the sign of Virgo, and this is connected as well to their alchemy, and the alchemy of Virgo that is healing, purifying. It goes back to the energy of purification, right? And distillation. Now, the other thing that Spirit wants to bring forth here is that planets never actually retrograde. They don't actually physically move back. It's our perspective on Earth, it's our perspective on Mama Gaia that sees it as moving backward. And this goes back to the reviewing. This goes back to the need for us at this point, from our own perspective, to review, and how important our own perspective is in everything, And it's almost as if Mama Gaia is needing to review. So whenever we see things from an Earth-centric point of view as retrograding with regard to the planets and with regard to retrograde energy, astrologically speaking, it's as if this is the point of view that we need to take at this point in time, because this is how we are seeing it. Even though these planets are not actually physically retrograding, but the power of perspective keeps on coming through here. This goes back to, what are the stories that you're telling yourself? What are the stories and the limiting beliefs that you hold to be true? And what this Virgo energy right now at this point in time, so again, this is kind of a bit of an energy update without me even realizing it going into it. It just came in so quickly that I wanted to get to it. This is really supporting us. And this retrograde energy is going to be happening right into October, like right into Libra season. So it's going back to this third perspective. It's going back to this removing yourself from a situation that you are directly involved in, that you are personally involved in, and seeing it from a third perspective, asking for some kind of guidance from that third perspective, being able to see it more holistically. This is another Virgo thing, right? Being able to see things holistically in a healing way. And I'm being reminded to show you that I'm actually working with Amethyst in this session, in this reading. And what Spirit is directing me towards is that Amethyst is really great to meditate with, to calm the mind, and to attune to that third perspective. Because interestingly enough, this is a crystal that is associated with Pisces, which is the direct opposite sign to Virgo. And you have to imagine these signs, always the polarity, the opposite signs on the zodiacal wheel, are a balancing point. It's a spectrum, right? So Virgo balances the energies of Pisces, and Pisces balances the energies of Virgo. So working with this, bringing in a much broader perspective, a collective perspective is what I'm hearing, because that's one of the things that Pisces is connected to through working with the spirit of Amethyst and the energy of Amethyst is incredibly helpful in doing that, in gaining this third perspective. Okay, so practical things that you can do: journaling and writing things down. I also have the energies of Commander Ashtar coming through here and Archangel Michael about cutting through the bullshit. Seeing Archangel Michael's sword in this as well, okay? This is kind of connected to Mercury and the energies of Mercury. Mercury being in retrograde, Mercury being a ruler, traditional ruler of Virgo. This ability to really cut through the BS, to have a discerning mind. Virgo is discernment. It's practical, right? And it does so by mapping things out in a way, like writing it down. Tracking is what I'm seeing, like tracking your thoughts, tracking the way you respond to things, getting really nitty gritty about it in terms of aiding you and supporting you in your healing journey. Okay, so this could be as simple as creating a reflection journal, having, like, tracking yourself day to day, taking this third perspective, tracking your thoughts throughout the day. The energy is really helping us in doing that. What Commander Ashtar and Archangel Michael wanted to bring forward was this idea of voicing and bringing a name to the things that are not, what's the right word here? I keep on hearing conflicting. Conflicting you. These could be fears, is what they're showing me. These could be, again, doubts, because Virgo, also on the spectrum of Virgo, right? When we talk about the healthier aspects of Virgo and the more dysfunctional aspects of Virgo, one of those things is doubt. Virgo wants to figure everything out, right? The energies of Virgo are very much about, show me the facts. I want to see the facts. And Pisces comes in now with this, amethyst energy to balance that out, because it's not just always about the facts. It's also about what you're feeling intuitively. It's also about your own spirit guiding you, right? And those things are not necessarily visible. Those things are not actually in the practical sense, right? Virgo wants to get down to earth, practical about it, like, show me something tangible. And Pisces energy is about the feeling of it, the knowing of it. There is no need to explain. I just know. I know what it is to be true. So I heard them say to me, when you say it out loud, it isn't so scary, is it? Specifically connected to fear, okay? When you are afraid of something moving forward, You're stressed out, you're anxious about something. These are very Virgoan energies too, right? Worrying, fretting about something, because a lot of this is coming up right now during this retrograde, with all this retrograde energy and with retrogrades in Virgo, right? Name it to claim it, because when you say it out loud, it isn't so scary. So what is it you're afraid of? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to get it wrong. I'm afraid I'm not going to get it right. Well, how true is that? How do you know? Where does that fear come from? Does it come from the way that you've been conditioned? Does it come from how you've been raised? Does it come from a society that has absolutely no compassion for making mistakes? Okay. Go into that. It's almost as if we have to bring in this other end of the spectrum with Pisces to really temper, is what I'm hearing. Temper those energies. And I'm actually, what Spirit is showing me right now is the earth. I'm seeing an image of almost like a desert ground, like earth with cracks in it, a dry piece of earth, and all this dust being kicked up by all this energy, this mental overload energy, and water coming down, almost like rain, like water being put over it to sort of calm that dust, to calm that energy, and to nourish the earth, to give the earth something to drink and to take in, to nourish itself. The energies of water being reflective, the energies of water being nourishing, the energies of water being calming, the energies of water coming into, interestingly enough, cleanse and purify. Again, opposite ends of the spectrum working in tandem. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this has it's funny. I hope that this has supported you in some way. Remember that I don't know why this is coming to me now. I think it's because of some of the things that I've been coming across lately about using language in a way. Really looking at, this is something that I'm always into anyway, and this is a Virgo thing too, interestingly enough, dissecting the words that we use and the language that we use. It's very Gemini in nature too, very, very Mercury retrograde. This is why it's happening. Just remember that you are not broken. Remember that you are not broken. And support is a beautiful thing. And taking on support and asking for support and being open to support does not insinuate in any way that you are broken. All right? We are here as a collective to support one another and to lift each other up. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Spirit, to Commander Ashtar, for Archangel Michael being here. The energies of Virgo, embracing them during this time. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are, and love and liberation always.